Gentlemen, the changes that we are trying to do are not just in education. We, especially in the Selangor Pakatan Rakyat government, we are trying to show to you what the future of a new Malaysia can look like. What a real democracy in Malaysia can function like. And even in the last 2 weeks, you have seen two important announcements made by the Selangor Pakatan Rakyat government. The first may not sound very significant. When the Menteri Besar announced in the last sitting of the Selangor State Assembly, and a motion was passed to that effect, that from now on, the Public Accounts Committee, which is a watchdog committee in the State Assembly, will be chaired by the opposition in accordance with modern democratic parliamentary practice. And that was passed, that motion was passed. These things are not small things, because these are the things that we show that we are serious when we are speaking about transforming Malaysia to a real democracy. The second was much more significant in the scale of things. This week, because the week is not over yet, the Selangor State Government did a very significant thing. It passed, for the first time in the history of Malaysia, a freedom of information law to guarantee to citizens of Selangor the right to public information about the government of Selangor. Ladies and gentlemen, this has never been done in the history of this country. The history of this country is not about open government. The history of this country is about official secrets, about charging people and putting people in court if you expose information about the government. This we don't believe in. And we are trying to change this. And the first key step has been done, which is to pass a law giving every citizen the right to ask for information and get that information as a matter of right from now on. And this important step was achieved this week in the Selangor State Assembly. To contrast for you how it operates at the federal level, let me share this personal experience. In May 2008, in the first parliament sitting which I attended as a first-term MP, I was quite naive about how parliament would work. And in my enthusiasm as a new member of parliament, with the help of some friends, I had prepared, this was prepared by my NGO friends, a draft, a bill, a Freedom of Information bill to be passed in parliament. And I was full of hope that I could present this bill and have it discussed in parliament, and who knows, it might get passed. So it was put in parliament. It became number 46 on the agenda, list of agenda, and ladies and gentlemen, it remained as number 46 on the agenda list, which means it was never allowed to even to be discussed in parliament from May 2008 until now. This is what happens in parliament. But nonetheless, because of what the Selangor government has done, I have decided that I will try again. So come October, I'm going to put back that same bill, a Freedom of Information bill for the National Parliament, so that all Malaysians will be able to experience, or will be able to get the rights of what Selangor did last week, and we can implement it on a national scale. What the response will be? Well, we'll find out after October when Parliament resumes. These little examples show, whilst we travel the journey for change and transformation and reformation and reform in Malaysia, that it is not an easy journey. As we sit here to do your annual Teachers' Day, it is also worth remembering that justice for people like Teo Beng Hock, whose anniversary came up last year, is still not achieved. The Puay is just one case. Many of us do not know that in the last 6 years, over 100 people have died in police custody. And only in one of those cases, the case of A. Kugan, was a person charged for the killing. These examples show us that the journey is still long, the journey is not that easy, but we must persevere and we must make sure that we complete this journey and complete the search for change and reform in Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to end by thanking you again for this invitation to be present. YB Elizabeth Wong was also supposed to be here and is unfortunately unable to be here because of another commitment. We will do our best to pursue the request that you have put forward. The support for the schools will continue, and we hope to be able to solve the issue of new schools as soon as possible. And we assure you that our support and commitment for the Chinese education movement will be there as a matter of principle. This is something we see important, not just as a matter of politics, but as a matter of principle. I conclude by again saying that it is a pleasure to be here on a day where we celebrate the achievements of teachers. I only want to say that I apologize that I will not be able to stay to the end of the function because, as usual, over the weekends we have other functions to go to. I have 2 other events to complete by the end of tonight, so I will leave before you conclude, but let that not stop you from enjoying and completing the evening.